Well, hello friends, Coach Bob with you today, and today, man, have we got a great unboxing for you, a little review of a product that I just recently got. It is a set of earbuds, but there's a reason that I wanted to get a set of inexpensive earbuds. I just recently destroyed a set of AirPods, and I'm tired of spending $200 every time I break them. So there you go. So what have I got? So the name of this company is a Potcado. That's right, a Potcado. It's a Chinese name, and I don't know how to say it. I'm from South Georgia, so you gotta forgive me. But anyway, let's get to work on unboxing this thing. They're in this little box right here. So let's unbox it. You know, I recently picked this knife up. You know, I'm a knife guy. This is made by a company called Gunslinger knives. Guy hand makes them. Very nice, very nice. All right, let's see how this thing looks. I'm really curious because the price was screaming. Okay, so we got a box, we got paper, and we've got earbuds. All right, so you can see the name there, APTKDOE. There you go, Potcado. That's what I was told how you pronounce this. These are the HD65 true wireless earbuds made by Potcado. Let's see what these things look like. We'll go through all of the features and everything that it has, everything that it does. Let me not cut my hand, but get this thing unboxed because I'm really curious what they're gonna look like. You'll see it for the first time, just like me. So the case is big, I'll tell you that. The case is large. Certainly compared to, say, like an Apple case, you know, it's bigger. But I know these go over your ear, not just in your ear. Ooh, those look pretty nice. So you can see they go over your ear, and then it has a bud that goes in your ear. Has a USB-C charging port, the case, and the two earbuds. And it has a couple of different size earbud covers, you know, the little rubber piece that goes in your ear. And it has a USB-C charging cable. Also, beside the USB-C charging cable, they have a nice little paper owner's manual. So here's what you have. You have your extra 4 sizes for your earpieces. You've got your 2 earbuds. You've got your USB-C cable, your charging case, and your owner's manual. You have everything you need. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go inside, go over the features, charge these things up, and over the next few days, I'm gonna let you know what these things are all about, because I'm really excited about them. All right, so here we have the Potcado HD65 wireless earbuds. You know, I really am super excited about these things. It's one of those things where, you know, I wear my Apple AirPods a lot in the rain. I wear them when I'm doing things, and I've damaged several pair, and it's getting to be quite expensive. I can buy a pair of these for the price of a large pizza from one of our fancy pizza houses here in town. So this is a much more tolerable loss in the event that I do something like that. The question is, how are they going to serve me? Well, I can tell you from the unboxing and from the charging process, everything was pretty straightforward. I'm going to drop a video over the top of this, but you can see right here it says 100%. That 100% is for the charging case. And when you're charging, they show the charging here with the left and right, and when that goes out, they're fully charged. So when I put this in here, you can see, boom. And what happens when you put these in here, they charge in the case, and it shows you that they are in fact charging. When they are completely charged, this light will go out, and these little lights here will go out, showing that they're fully charged. So very, very cool, very simple, very straightforward. I like that. The case is somewhat large compared to what you may be accustomed to. That's because these are over the ear and in the ear kind of thing. So obviously you can see that from looking at them. Opens right up, goes over the ear and in the ear. So if you're doing anything crazy, you're not dropping them on the ground, which I like because I've been dropping stuff on the ground a lot. Again, the different sizes so you can make sure that it fits your ear properly in the USB-C charger. So the first thing we're going to have to do is sync this thing up to a phone. So let me get my phone out and we'll go through the sync process. I have my Bluetooth section of my phone opened up. Here we go. Let's see what happens. I'm just going to take these out. I'm going to put them over my ear. And you can see just from me taking them out of the case, there's the HD65 and it just told me it's in pairing mode. I didn't have to do anything. Just when I took them out, they automatically were read by my phone. And it just said connected. All right, so I've got them in my ears and they feel just fine. If you're like me, you have awkward ear holes. One is larger than the other. So I normally run a larger size bud end on my left ear and a smaller size on my right ear. I don't know, that may sound odd, but that's just how it works for me. So you can see you've got a nice size button on the side. It's very, very easy. So in telephone communication, if you tap once, you answer. And to hang up, you tap once again. And if you press and hold the key for 2 seconds, you'll refuse the incoming call. For music, to play or to pause, you just tap once, either ear. For the previous track, you tap twice in the left ear, and it makes sense. If you want to hear the next track, you tap twice on the right ear. To activate Siri, you quickly tap 3 times, and that'll activate Siri on your Apple phone. To turn the volume down, you simply press and hold the left earbud, and to turn the volume up, you simply press and hold the right earbud. Very, very simple. I like it. It's basic functionality. It's something that I can do without having to think too much about. Pressed it once to pause my music. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually try to call Coach Vic. So in order to do that, though, I want to utilize Siri via this. So it said to tap this 3 times to get to Siri. So let's do this. 1, 2, 3. Siri, call Vic. Calling Vic right now. Beautiful. Hey there, Coach Vic. How you doing? I'm doing good. I'm sitting out in the backyard with the dogs in the shade. Right now it's sunshine. It was raining a half hour ago. Now it looks like it hadn't rained in a year. It's crazy. I'm trying out these earbuds and they sound good on my end. How do they sound on your end? So do they sound as clear as anything else I use? Okay, you hear a little wind noise, but I think you'd hear that anyway because it's blowing out here pretty good. All right, okay. All right, sounds good. I'm gonna hang up then. I love you. All right, bye-bye. All right, pressed once and it hung up. Beautiful. Now I've got my music app opened and let's see what I'm gonna put on here. I'll put on something obscure. I'm gonna put on the Tim Curry Fearless album because I know that everybody knows that. But it is windy out here. I'm sure you're picking that up on my camera. Okay, so here we are. Let's hit play and see what happens. All right, the music's playing. Beautiful. It said if I wanted to turn the volume up to hold the right ear. Perfect. Turn the volume down, left ear. Beautiful. If I want to hear the next song, double tap, right ear. Beautiful. All right. All of the functions and features work on this thing. So I can tell you I'm very, very pleased. Let me go back inside. I think I'm gonna drink me a Pellegrina. Then I'm gonna go for a walk. All right, so I can officially say, let me stop my music here. But I can say that these things are well worth the money. In fact, they're worth more than you get them for, I'll tell you that. There will be a link down below and all of that in a full description down below. These things are great, man. And for what you're spending, I mean, it is pennies on the dollar for what you would spend for something like a Bose or an Apple or whatever. These things aren't designed to be competitors for those, but I'm going to tell you, for my personal liking, for what I'm doing, you know, is the ones that cost literally 10 times as much. Is it going to be higher fidelity? Well, I would certainly hope so. If it wasn't, man, you're getting ripped off big time. But I'm going to say that these things sound so great to me, I'm happy with them. I mean, 90% of my life is I'm working on a truck, or I'm working on a motorcycle, or I'm washing something, or crawling around in dirt, taking care of a house. Are these noise canceling? No, they are not. So if that's a deal breaker for you, you know, like when I mow, I'm going to wear a noise canceling headphone. But when I am just out doing stuff, this is what I want anyway. I only use the noise canceling if I'm doing something like crazy, like weed eating with a loud grinding noise or something like that, or the big lawnmower engine. But these things work great. The bass response is fine. The treble is fine. The clarity is fine. One thing that I have noticed with these that I actually like better than my more expensive pods is that these are more, I will say that they're more dependable with one ear, you know. And what I mean by that, there are a lot of times I just want to put one in. A lot of my other devices, they just get kind of jacked up. They don't want to work with just one ear. These work great with just one ear or the other. and I like that. And as far as charging, they charge up as quick as anything I have. The battery life on this is very significant. They advertise 75 hours of battery life, you know, between the charging case and the lifespan of the earbud itself before you have to charge either one of them, right? Is it 75 hours? I don't know, because when you're putting it in that case, you don't know when it's charging, when it's not. A lot of times you're just throwing it in there. I just keep an eye on it and I charge it. But I'm not charging it any more often than I would anything else. You know, every 3 or 4 days is when I'm charging the case. But that's what I do anyway with any other thing I've ever had. The Bluetooth on it is rock solid. I can tell you that there are times my phone is charging in the garage or in the house, and I'm out in the yard listening to music, doing things. And so the coverage that I'm getting out of it, it's good. It's really, really good. You know, it's that IPX7 waterproof, which obviously isn't scuba diving waterproof. It means if you're out walking or running and it starts raining, they're gonna be okay. And quite honestly, at the price they are, if they weren't, I mean, if they last 10 rainstorms, shoot, man, that's a year or two. I'll be super happy if they last that long. I mean, I'm super stoked. I've been using these things. I mean, I've been working on my truck and helping a friend of mine work on his Jeep. We put a new bumper and winch and a few other things on his Jeep, and I put the lift kit on my truck and new wheels and tires. I'm getting ready to do some other major things. I say major, you know, I'm gonna lift the rear end a little bit more, and I'm gonna put a bull bar on it in the next 10 days. So these things are getting their use, man. And the fact that they hang on tight and I'm not dropping them out of my ear, they're just not a problem. So I'm just gonna go on record as saying, man, these things are freaking big 5-star thumbs up for me. I'm blown away with them. You know, when I read the reviews, when I was looking at them, there was a guy said he had this pair for 2 years and he washed them and they still worked. That's pretty impressive, man. That's pretty impressive. You know, in a world where everything has to be so expensive, to find something that's relatively cheap and it works, like, holy cow. I can't tell you the number of things that I've bought looking to share information with you guys and go, man, this is a reasonable accommodation. You know, you go, here's a camera. I had a company send me a camera wanted me to do a review on it. The darn thing didn't even work out of the box. And they're like pushing me. I'm like, I'm not, well, if I do a review on it, I'm gonna tell everybody your camera sucks. You could just have the camera back. So to find something that's a good price, that's a good deal, man, that's super exciting to me. So the Potcado earbuds, man, 5 stars, great value, bang for your buck, dependable. You can beat them up, sweat on them, get them wet, bang them around, drop them in the driveway. If you break them, get another pair. But these things, I'm telling you so far, they're rock solid, and I'm very, very pleased. All right, well, there you have it. Another review from the CoachBob3 channel. I guess that's the CBSN, the Coach Bob Shopping Network. All right, till next time, do me a favor. Yes, you go out, buy the motorcycle of your dreams, eat right, take care of yourself, and remember, if you're not having fun, you're most definitely doing it wrong. Now, me and the psycho dog Pearson, we're just gonna finish our walk. You know, we'll do these little walks 2 or 3 times a day. This is just one to walk off supper time.